Hello folks, Chris Wyatt reporting from the 15th BRICS Summit at Sandton City, Johannesburg, South Africa. Day 2 of the summit. Day 1 spent a lot of time talking about business and efforts to overcome tariff and barriers between the partners in the BRICS loose grouping of nations, an odd grouping of countries put together by a Goldman Sachs analyst back in 2001 to describe emerging economies in the 21st century. Of course, that was Brazil, Russia, India, and China. Later, South Africa joined this grouping. Now, according to the group themselves, many other countries want to join, like Saudi Arabia. Well, we shall see if that's the case. Stories floating around the past couple of days, which I cannot verify, are indicating that perhaps South Africa overstepped their bounds and made unilateral decisions on this particular BRICS conference, inviting leaders from all over the continent to come down here without prior approval from the other BRICS members. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but one thing I can say about it is I have to give tip my hat to Durka, who's organized a pretty good conference here. It's well organized and a bit surprised at how smooth and efficient it's been. As I mentioned yesterday, we saw JAS 39 Gripen fighters flying over Sandton City. That's a sight. Hadn't seen that in about 40 years, to see fighters flying over the city, but that was interesting. Today, the leaders will be appearing this morning, and there'll be photo opportunities and some interviews here at the Sandton City Convention Center as this continues. Now, a lot of discussion about the BRICS Summit is centered around Vladimir Putin. Obviously, he's not here. He stayed back in Russia, and the International Criminal Court's arrest warrant for him. He has not come here. Thus, he's not put South Africa in a sticky pickle, a difficult situation about whether they'll arrest him or not. And the other issue here that's been talked about frequently with BRICS is the alternative currency, a bulwark against the developed world, against existing world order, created in the ashes of the Second World War with the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, and other institutions that have served the world very well for the past nearly a century. But the Chinese, in particular, want to drive a wedge into that system, and their desire is to create an alternative currency. Well, creating a currency and then having people back it or buy it should be interesting. Of course, the Chinese currency, the renminbi or the yuan, is officially a convertible currency according to the International Monetary Fund, but nobody trades in that currency. So if the world's second largest economy, which is the vast majority of the GDP of BRICS, cannot become a world global trading currency, does that hold hope out for an alternative currency backed by that country and partners that are much smaller? Don't know. We'll find out. We'll see if that discussion occurs today here at the Sandton City Convention Center. I'll try to bring you updates as the day goes on and events unfold. Chris Wyatt reporting.